Okay, here we are at eBay's main page, and I want to talk about finding a green market and what it is. Okay, and the way we're going to go to eBay Pulse, and an easy way to get to it, there's several ways you can do a search in Google. But when you get to the eBay main page, just scroll down all the way to the bottom, go to their sitemap, and then scroll down, and you'll see eBay Pulse under their on the left hand side, more ways to find items. eBay Pulse. And the good thing about eBay Pulse is that it does exactly that. It gives you a pulse on the eBay marketplace. What are people searching for? And that gives you a good idea. This is what people want. That's what you're concerned with. Generally starting with the market first. Most people start with the product and they say, I'm going to see if I can sell it. Or we get items, which I've done this and I've made a little bit of money, where you find something around the house and you sell it. People say, hey, you get good experience like that. This is true. However, you're not likely to make a lot of money doing that. $5, $10 here, that's fine. But what I'm talking about is finding items that will put a lot of money in your pocket that you can sell over and over again. Okay. So if we look here, we see that generally electronics, and I'll reiterate this, electronics are cash cows, but you have to be really careful because there are a lot of corrupt and people who are trying to cheat you on them. And it's not fun. But you see here, iPod Touch, iPod. You can break it down to niches if you want to go into, let's say, consumer electronics. iPods, iPod Touches. You see Macintosh, headphones, iPad, Kindle Fire speakers, turntable, Braille projector. You can even go a little deeper than that, and you can go into iPod. I mean, you can see everything that's available. Now, let's go to iPod Touch here, because the whole point of this is to show you what a green market is. And let's do iPod and MP3 players. Excuse me. You see here that the 8 gigabyte is the most popular, so I'm going to click on that, 3,197. I'm not going to look at color that much, but what we always want to look at, and me because I'm in the US, so I click US here. But what we always want to look at are the completed listings. Even if you go through a different way to get to it, the advanced search, completed listings. Okay. That's what we want to look at. We want to see what's selling. Is this a market for me to spend my time going into? Now, what I look at here, I scroll down here, right? I want you to scroll down. The one thing that I like that I see right offhand, if you look to the right, don't pay attention to the item, just look to the right. You see April 22nd, all the way down. You see this little thing on the right? You see how far it is from the top? I keep scrolling. You see April 22nd. You see all those? April 22nd, April 22nd. Look at this. Wow. April 22nd, April 22nd. What this tells me is that, and actually I have it on 200 here. You see this? That's 200 per page. There's 7 pages. Now, every single one of these 200 items, let's go to the last one here, was sold or not sold on April 22nd. Okay? That's excellent. That's one aspect. What you want to look at is how much green. This is what I mean by a green market. How much green is over here? Look at all that green. Okay, and this is the 8 gigabyte. This is new and used. But look at this. A lot of green. You see some red. A lot of times you can look at the red and see why it didn't sell. You look at these selling for 140 and 140. He has a buy now at 199. He has a buy now of 230 and starting the bidding off at 200. A lot of times you can look at it and see that's why it's not selling. So this is a green market. This is a very green market. And then you follow the techniques that I showed you in the eBay fee calculator. Basically what you're doing is you're saying, how much is this thing being sold for? And then you calculate in the fee calculator, if I sell it at that median price or that price, $200 or whatever, what are my fees? I calculate my fees and then I say, okay, I minus my fees from what I sold it for. If I'm selling for $200 and my fees are $30, I come up with $170. That means that I can afford to pay $170 for a product. Okay, I'll break even. So it's got to be $170 or less. So if I want to make $50, I minus 50 from the 170. If I pay $120 for the item, remember, and I'm selling it at $200, after I pay my fees, I come up with $50. It's that simple. Sell it for $200, fees are $30. The most I pay is $170. That makes me break even. If I want to make $50, I'll subtract $50 from $170. So if I pay $120 for the item, I know I got a $50 profit. And that's it. So now I go and try to find an item for $120. And oftentimes, like I've done dozens of times, is buy that same item off of eBay, whether it's locked, or whether there's something that I can change it, and I'll sell it right back on eBay. It's an eBay arbitrage. Or I go online and see if I can find that item. But I don't, there's no way that once you calculate, it's a green market. And once you calculate these numbers, it's just a matter of finding can you find a product at that cost? That's it. Don't try to, it's cut and dry just like that. Once you figure out your fees based on how much you're selling that item for, then you try to find you find the item at the price that lower than what your break even point. Very simple. But as you can see, this is definitely a green market. We can do, and I'm not familiar with iPads, but let's say the iPod. The iPods. I'm mispronouncing it. But I'm not familiar with iPods and things like that. Let's see, the 8 gig, once again, most popular. So let's do that one. And just because the 8 gig is most popular doesn't mean that you can't make money in the other ones. You always have to say, okay, maybe I'm going to deal with used. Okay, and I'm dealing with 8 gig, so let's do US only. And then let's do completed listings. And let's see if I see a lot of green. Remember, these are used 8 gig iPod Nanos. Okay, and so now let's do the scroll thing. I see $39.99. Uh-oh, too fast. Green. This obviously too much money. They're going for under $60. Yeah, more than 60 not sold. There's a 70, 43, 51, 70, 89. Somebody got it for $89.99. But you see, this can be considered a green market. Once again, April 22nd. Oh, there's some 21st, but halfway down, half of the 200 pretty much, almost, are on the 22nd. We scroll all the way down to 21st. So that's 2 days. Uh-oh. That's 2 days. So this is what's called a green market. There's a lot being sold, and it's a market that you can go after. I mean, we can also, let's go back here. I wanted to open that up in a new window, but let's go back here. And what I want to do is show you, let's see here. How many times? Okay, that's the touch. Okay, it should be right here. Okay. Let's say we go to the iPad. Okay. And iPad, that really wouldn't be under iPod. Let's see. That's accessories. Let's go back. Let's actually do, what I want to do is the video games. And I believe that is under a different category. Okay, so what you can do, let me show you here. We're still in Pulse, eBay Pulse. And here they show you like individual most watched items. But we can scroll down here, see more eBay Pulse categories. Okay. And let's go to Let's see here. Video games. This is what I want. Video games. And let's do let's do systems. Okay. Now, you see Nintendo Wii, Xbox 360, PS3. Let's do the PS3. I'm not even going to do the first one. And what do we want to do here? Let's look at used. Okay, huge market. And remember, I'm in the US. Oh, way too far here. This is a laptop. I'm not really good with laptops, and this thing uses a mouse. So please excuse me, but US only. I'm so used to working with a desktop. I mean, you can call me old fashioned or whatever, but I'm so used to having that mouse, and not sliding my finger across here. Okay. Completed listings. Now let's see here. 22nd. This is pretty good, and I'll tell you why. You see some red, but I noticed these are, buy it now for 200. Zero bid. He's starting his bid at 200. I mentioned this before. Don't be scared to start your bidding low. But you see here, yeah, this is a green market. Got all the green. Plus, this is all April 22nd. Now, one option here, you see they're going for 150, 190. But you see here, way too much money. People are asking for used. That's way too much money. That's why that's red. But you see here, you see yep, selling. This is a green market. Okay, the more green, the better. One method of doing this is to buy them from Craigslist. Once again, you go into the eBay fee calculator. You say, look, they're selling. I know I can get $190 for it. You pop that into the eBay calculator. You figure out your eBay fees, your PayPal fees, and your shipping fee. Add that to the cost of the item. And then you say, if I sell this thing at $190, it's going to cost me, $25 in fees. Okay, so that way I know that if I sell at $190 and it's costing me $25, then the most I can pay is $165 for a used one if I want to break even. So anything under $165 is profit. That's it. In a nutshell, that's it. That's what I do. That's what made me thousands of dollars. No secret to it. The issue is, one, knowing your exit before you enter. And that is using that calculator to say, if I sell it at X price, it's going to cost me this much in fees. I minus that from the price I sell it. And that gives me the most that I can pay for that item in order to break even. And if it's at $165, then I know anytime I pay less than $165, I make a profit. And if I say to myself, I want to make $40, $30 profit, I minus that from the $165. I say, okay, the most I can pay is $135 or $140. You can do it on Craigslist. A lot of times you can find it right on eBay. Do the arbitrage. I know I look for my price, the item at my price, I buy it, then I sell it right back on eBay. Very simple. I've been doing this for months. Actually, for the past 2 years. So it's very simple. Find your green market and make you some green cash. I'll see you in the next video.